Thanks for staying tuned. I'm Colin Abrams with the Hgp Sportscast. Three-time defending champions Guyana Jaguars sneak a win over the Jamaica Scorpions in the 8th round of the Digital Regional 4-Day Championships in Kingston. Stanford Howard reports.
The Guyana Jaguars stomped their supremacy over the Scorpions on the first day, when they bowled out the Jamaicans for 106 runs in their first innings. In the Jaguars' first innings reply, Nikita Miller dented the Jaguars' batting lineup when he took 4 scalps in the second day, with veterans Chandra Paul's 50 that steered the Jaguars to a lead of 77 runs. In the Scorpions' second innings reply, opener John Campbell 62 and Asad Fududdin 70 laid the foundation for their team with a 112 runs partnership. Campbell fell in the 24th over and the Scorpions' batting line fell cheaply after, with 4 ducks, while wicketkeeper Adeline Thomas was the only batsman other than the 2 openers who made 36 runs. The Scorpions managed to reach 212 all out, posting an overall lead of 135 runs for the Jaguars to chase. Jaguars in their second innings started shakily, losing their first wicket for 21 runs, and eventually hanging in at 6 for 84. It was the likes of bowler Kimo Paul, 21 off 11, and the patience of Versami Pumal, 10 from 36 balls, that guided the Jaguars to a nail-biting finish to win the match by 2 wickets. Reporting for the Hgp Sportscast, I'm Stanford Howard.
Thank you, Stanford. The Australians show the English, who are the masters at cricket, on Australian soil after bamboozling the English in the 5th and final test of the Ashes series. Stanford has more.
The Aussies ended day 2 in a comfortable position, with a deficit of 153 runs with 8 wickets still in hand. The pair of Usman Kawanga and skipper Stephen Smith continue into the third day before the third wicket partnership of 188 ended when skipper Stephen Smith was caught on bowl by Moeen Ali. The Aussies' batting went deep with 2 more century partnership and a declaration at 649 for 7 on the 4th day. With the English looking to save face and the Aussies' bowling attack looking to shine on home turf, England's batting was dismantled. They were eventually bowled out, barring the retirement of skipper Joe Root for a paltry 180 runs to suffer their 4th test defeat of the 5-match series by 123 runs. For the Hgp Sportscast, I'm Stanford Howard.
Thank you, Stanford. The LA Lakers snaps their 9-game losing streak on Sunday night and rushed past the Atlanta Hawks. Here's more. It was the kind of night that Lakers envisioned. Players sprinted out into transition. The ball was whipped all across the floor, and shots wouldn't stop falling as the Lakers scorched the court with a 132-113 win over Atlanta. In the first quarter, the Lakers didn't waste any time in keeping the lead against the Hawks. They ended with 29 points, 2 more than Atlanta. This got even worse in the second when they dished out a whooping 37 points, with the Hawks putting up a meager 21 points. The game went into halftime with the points at 66-48 in favor of the Lakers. In the third quarter, the Hawks managed to end with 32 points and the Lakers with 30, but this was not enough to get them out of the slammers. They still needed much more to cop a win. However, they failed at the attempt to lead when the Lakers ended the fourth quarter with 36 points, 3 points over the Hawks. The Lakers snapped their 9-game losing streak with one of the most efficient scoring nights in recent memory. And finally, news coming out of the Australian Open. Victoria Azarenka pulls out over custody dispute over her 11-month-old son. Here's more. Azarenka cannot leave California with her son Leo until the dispute is resolved. The former world number 1 has not played since Wimbledon last year and will be replaced in Melbourne by Australian Aja Tomljanovic. The Belarusian joins Andy Murray and Serena Williams in withdrawing from 2018's Open Grand Slam. Tournament organizers announced in December she would be given a wildcard despite being ranked 201 in the world as a result of her lack of tournament play. But Australian Open director Craig Tilley said on Monday it's unfortunate Vika is unable to travel to Australia this year. The Australian Open is her favorite tournament and she looks forward to returning to Melbourne next year. Former champions Rafael Nadal and Novak Djokovic remain doubtful for the tournament. Also, Britain's Andy Murray has had hip surgery in Melbourne and says he hopes to be playing in time for this summer's grass court season. He hopes he will be hitting balls on court after 7 to 8 weeks and has been given 14 weeks as a guide for a return from this kind of surgery. And that has brought us to the end of this edition of the Hgp Sportscast. Before we go, remember, adversity causes some men to break and others to break records. Goodbye.